I just want to point out one thing actually regarding this AI thing. In a statistics class 30, 40 years ago, we would be teaching linear regression. And then 20 years ago, 10 years ago, we were still teaching linear regression, a very simple statistical method, but in a machine learning class. And now sometimes we are rebranding it as an AI class, and it's the same method. Sometimes there are things a little more sophisticated and getting more and more sophisticated, like in the end, the kind of thing that would lead to ChatGPT. All this, for me, relies partly on statistical predictive model and generative models. For me, this is statistics, this is machine learning, and actually there is no break suddenly with AI that came and ChatGPT and everything. ChatGPT is the continuation of all this. With more computational power, more data, clever ideas, obviously, it's amazing, it's beautiful. If you think in terms of AI, like a robot, a computer that would think like a human being, this is not what it is at all. And I don't even know if this is what we want in some sense.
A lot of it depends on, what your expectations are, right? And I think with the large language models like like GPT-4, I think there's a lot of expectation amongst non-specialists that this is, basically a supercomputer. And that's not what a large language model is, right? I mean, a large language model is a predictor of what comes next, if you like, in very simple language. So if you're asking an LLM to create you, a CV, a press release, a piece of text which doesn't have to have any particularly huge, new and inspiring thoughts, then it's really convenient to do that. And of course, you must apply a certain amount of checking, but it's a real boon to creativity. Now, with the art AIs, I can ask something like Midjourney to create me. My website is full of art created on AIs, and the more specific the instruction that you can give, the better the output will be. But it's still, none of it is necessarily creative in that sense, as it is, and I hate to use the word pastiche, but a pastiche of various other styles that are there. And I'm not complaining, I'm not saying this isn't useful. It's just important to know what the current limits are of what you can expect to do and not to do.
I think that the current models are quite creative in the sense of creating new ideas, new images, new concepts. But this is not the same creativity that we have in human beings. Because a model can create something completely new, but it doesn't know the whole context that humans know. So, for example, if I ask you to create an image, you will think about, what is the impact of this image? What are the emotions that I want to represent? What is my state of mind? And then I will create something that is relevant to this context. The generative models, they have it's still impressive, but the context is quite limited, and they cannot capture all the inputs that human beings can. So even if from a technical point of view, they are already very creative, it's not the same creativity that humans have.